U.S. President-elect and former President Donald Trump spoke with reporters on Tuesday night, on his way into his New Year's party at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Trump said he plans to attend the funeral of former President Jimmy Carter. He also answered questions about a number of topics including immigration and the conflict between Israel and Hamas as well as the fighting between Russia and Ukraine. Trump used the news conference to express support for Speaker of the House Michael Johnson, saying, "He's the one that can win right now. People like him. Almost everybody likes him, despite the opposition that Johnson faces from some House Republicans." Trump expressed his support for H-1B visas. A dispute over the visas has divided Trump supporters. Trump, in an interview with the New York Post on Saturday, praised the use of visas to bring skilled foreign workers to the U.S. The topic has become a flashpoint within his conservative base. He repeated that support on Tuesday, saying, "I've always felt we have to have the most competent people in our country. We need competent people. We need smart people coming into our country. And we need a lot of people coming in. We're going to have jobs like we've never had before." In fact, Trump has in the past criticized the H-1B visas, calling them very bad and unfair for U.S. workers. During his first term as president, he unveiled a "Hire American" policy that directed changes to the program to try to ensure the visas were awarded to the highest paid or most skilled applicants. Trump, asked if he had any new thoughts on Ukraine, said, "It's a shame the whole thing started. Would have never started if I were president." He also said the war between Israel and Hamas militants in Gaza would not have happened if he were still in office. He added, "They better let the hostages come back soon."
Well, we're just going to have a great nation again. We're going to bring it back to better than it ever was. I think we're going to see things and it's going to go fast. We're going to see some amazing things, but we're going to bring it back at a level that a lot of people didn't think was really possible, that they really want to see something happen, and we're going to give that to them. We're doing our job. We're doing a real job. We have great people. Many are here tonight, but you're going to be very happy.
Have you got any New Year's resolutions for 2025?
Well, I just want everybody to be happy, healthy, and well. Thank you.
The New York Post reports that Biden regrets dropping out. He thinks he could have beat you. What do you say?
Well, he was way behind. He would have really, I assume, not had a chance. He was way behind her. And we won in record numbers, as you know, won every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of people. So, hey, look, I wish him well. He had a chance to do it in the debate, and that didn't work out too well for him. That was, I guess, the reason that really led to his downfall.
What are you looking forward to in 2025?
Well, just great, a great year. I think we're going to do fantastically well as a country. We're going to bring it back. It has to be brought back. People are not respecting our country very much, and they're going to respect us a lot. I think a lot of progress has been made over the last 5 weeks. It's been pretty amazing when you look at what's happened. There's a whole light over the whole world, not just our country. There are a lot of very happy people.
Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President.
Republicans who are still not supporting Speaker Johnson.
Say what?
What's your message to those Republicans who are still not supporting Speaker Johnson?
Oh, I think they'll support Speaker Johnson. I think we're going to have a great time in Washington, and I think we're going to get great support. He's the one that can win right now. People like him. Almost everybody likes him. Others are very good too, but they have 30 or 40 people that don't like him, so that's pretty tough.
Are you calling members on his behalf?
Are you lobbying members?
Well, if necessary, but I think really we're going to have a great time. We're going to get a successful vote. He's a good man. He's a wonderful person, and that's what you need.
Why'd you change your mind on H-1B visas, sir?
I didn't change my mind. I've always felt we have to have the most competent people in our country. We need competent people. We need smart people coming into our country. We need a lot of people coming in. We're going to have jobs like we've never had before.
But sir, you said you changed your position.
Do you plan to go to the Carter funeral next week?
Say it?
Do you plan to go to President Carter's
I
funeral?
do. I'll be there. We were invited.
Have you spoken with any Carter family members?
I'd rather not say.
Have you spoken to
How confident are you in your nominees?
Well, I think we have great nominees who are doing very well, as you know. I think most of them are being thought of very highly, just about all of them. So I think we're going to do very well.
Have you you said that he says he's eager to meet with you. Are you planning a meeting with him?
Well, I don't know. There's a traditional meeting. Some people would say we already had that. You know, we met a week and a half ago. But if it's appropriate, I'd like to do that. Yeah.
Any new thoughts on Ukraine and the situation there? Do you intend
No,
to?
it's a shame. The whole thing would have never started if I were president. You wouldn't have Ukraine. You wouldn't have Ukraine-Russia problems. You wouldn't have had the Israeli problem with what happened on October 7th was just a horrible thing. All of the things. You wouldn't have inflation. Inflation was a disaster. One of the reasons we won the country by the kind of numbers we won by, which were record-setting numbers. All of these things, and then you take a look at all of the other problems that they caused. The problems that they caused in this country, and specifically Iran on the border. Millions and millions of people that flowed through our border, from prisons, from mental institutions, people that should not be in our country. And you see the crime numbers, they're going through the roof. Look at New York City, look at Chicago, look at Los Angeles. They're going through the roof. We're going to get them out. We're going to get them out fast. Thank you.
What's
Have
your
you
message to
spoken to
Puerto Rico,
Prime
sir?
Minister Netanyahu about a ceasefire deal? You said if they don't have one by the time you take office, there will be hell to pay.
We're going to see what happens.
Have you spoken to them about it?
President, do you have too much
They better let the hostages come back soon.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is ready to supply the Russian army with more cannon fodder, but so far the North Koreans have not proven their effectiveness at the front. This was reported on Radio NV by former deputy platoon commander of the Aidar Battalion of Ukraine, military analyst Yevgeny Diki. Diki agrees with the assertion that Russia brought in North Korean troops because of Putin's desperation. This is out of desperation because by the end of 2024, a new phenomenon has emerged in Russia that did not exist before. They have practically stopped replenishing the army, said Diki. In particular, according to him, if in Ukraine there has been a problem with replenishment for 2 years because mobilization measures have not been taken, then in Russia there have been no problems with this during these 2 years. They first created a crisis response. In the fall of 2022, they carried out a forced mobilization of almost 500,000 people and then thus saved their army, their front. They poured these 450,000 into the Surovikin line, and so they held out. Then they pumped out everything possible from the Gulag, and their resource was enough for them for quite a long time. In fact, the Gulag ended, and for the first time in the history of Russia, zones are actually closing because there is no one to sit, said Diki. He said that the Russians had an effective system of buying heads, namely recruiting those who were willing to fight for money. The Russians had an effective recruitment system for money for 2 years, and they relaxed. They decided that it would continue like this. They decided that the only issue was the amount of money. Mercenaries stopped coming. That means they need to increase payments. They will come again. They missed the fact that not only the cost of living was gradually changing, but their geography was changing. First, they completely scooped out the depressed regions of ethnic minorities. For a very long time, they did not touch the megacities Yekaterinburg, St. Petersburg, Moscow. This year, they have already started to take them. Payments were increased tenfold, and this not only led to a tenfold increase in recruitment, but did not even allow them to maintain the recruitment that was there. It simply failed by the end of the year, Diki emphasized. According to the expert, the option of attracting soldiers from North Korea arose, and I suspected that those North Koreans who are fighting now are tests. Depending on whether they show at least some minimal effectiveness in the war, they will or will not buy much larger batches from Comrade Un, because Kim is potentially ready to supply much more. But so far, it looks like it is not justifying itself, said Diki.